My name is Seraphina, but he calls me Sera. I'm the only person he trusts at his back. He thinks I'm his bodyguard. He doesn't know I'm the FBI agent sent to put him in a cage, or that I'm starting to fall for him. I live a life of perfect, calculated lies. In the light, I am Seraphina Sera Volkov, 25 years old, the most trusted member of Nico Volkov's personal security detail. I'm the one who stands outside his door. I'm the one who checks his car. I'm the one who scans every face in the crowd, my hand resting on the Glock 19 hidden at the small of my back. I am quiet. I am lethal. And I am, by all accounts, 100% loyal. In the dark, I am Special Agent Seraphina Wraith Rossi. I am the FBI's ghost, the witness they have spent 2 years and millions of dollars inserting into the heart of the Volkov crime family. And my mission is simple: find the ledger, burn the empire, and put my boss, the 28-year-old young Don Nico Volkov, in a federal prison for the rest of his life. This morning, the line between those two worlds began to blur. I was at the firing range in the basement of Nico's penthouse, a place of cold concrete and the sharp smell of cordite. It's my relaxation, as I told him. I was running drills, double-tapping targets with a rhythmic, detached precision. Thwack, 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 thwack. It's the only time my handler, Agent Thorne, lets me talk. I heard the heavy door open behind me. I didn't flinch. I didn't stop. I finished my magazine, the final shot a perfect bullseye, before I slowly, deliberately ejected the clip and placed the weapon on the table. Only then did I turn. He was there. Nico. He wasn't in his usual, impossibly expensive suit. He was in a black t-shirt and cargo pants, the same as me. It was the first time I'd seen him calm, as our Pacing and Humanity playbook would say. He was training, his skin slick with sweat, his knuckles wrapped. He looked young, dangerous. He nodded at my target, a small, almost invisible smile touching his lips. "You're sloppy," he said. His voice was a low, smooth baritone. I raised an eyebrow. "Sloppy? Sir, my grouping is tighter than yours." "Your reload," he said, stepping past me. He picked up my weapon, his hands moving in a blur of practiced lethal grace. He inserted a new clip, chambered around, and fired. Thwack, thwack, thwack! 3 shots, so fast they sounded like one, all 3 landing dead center on the target's head. He placed the smoking gun back on the table. "You hesitate. Half a second. You think about it." He looked at me, his cold, blue eyes holding mine. "In our world, Sera, half a second gets you killed." He was right. I had hesitated, because my wound isn't a bullet. It's him. It's the way he looks at me. It's the fact that my real mission, the one from Agent Thorne, is to betray this man. And the unthinkable suspense of my life is that I'm starting to believe he's not the monster I was sent to hunt. Where are you watching? From today? Let me know in the comments. And if you're already hooked on this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more so you don't miss what happens next. My mission wasn't just to watch. It was to get close, to become his shadow. The opportunity came 3 days later at a high-stakes, legitimate charity auction. A room full of old money, new money, and his money. I was in my element, or at least the one I was pretending to be. I was wearing a simple, lethal, backless black dress, my firearm strapped to my thigh, my communication piece hidden in my ear. My job was eyes on, standing just behind his left shoulder. He was the king, and I was his favorite knight. And that was driving Vico insane. Vico, Nico's scar, was the old guard. He was a man in his 40s, ex-military, with a face that looked like it had been in a knife fight with a gravel road. He didn't trust me. He thought I was too young, too pretty, and too new. He was right on all counts. He was standing across the ballroom, his eyes never leaving me, watching me watch Nico. He was a problem. My handler, Thorne, wanted him gone. I saw him as a professional hazard. "You're tense, Sera." Nico's voice was a low murmur in my ear. He didn't even look at me, just sipped his whiskey. "You've been scanning the same corner for 10 minutes. Vico's not the threat." My blood ran cold. "I'm just doing my job, sir." "Your job is to watch the room, not my scar." He turned, his body brushing mine, his cold blue eyes landing on me with an intensity that felt like a physical touch. The spark was electric, a violation of every rule, both his and mine. "He doesn't like you," Nico whispered, a ghost of a smile on his lips. "He thinks you're a distraction." "Am I?" I whispered back, my voice steady, though my heart was hammering. This was the moment, the unthinkable suspense of my double life. Was I his bodyguard or his something else? "You are," he said, his gaze dropping to my mouth for a fraction of a second. "But you're a damn good bodyguard, so Vico can learn to live with it." He turned back to the crowd, dismissing me. But it wasn't a dismissal. It was a promotion. He had just chosen me, his new guard, over the opinion of his most loyal man. I had just driven a wedge between them, just as Agent Thorne had wanted, but the victory felt hollow. Because the spark, I felt, wasn't a lie. And that was the most dangerous, unthinkable part of all. The attack came as we were leaving. It was subtle, not a car bomb. The Rinaldis, our villain network, were smarter than that. They were cautious. They preferred surgical strikes. As we walked through the private underground garage, Vico leading the way, I saw it. A glint of metal on the wall. A new, sophisticated laser tripwire strung at ankle height. Vico, the old-school soldier, was scanning for men. He didn't see the tech. I did. "Vico, stop!" I yelled, pulling my own gun, shoving Nico behind me, breaking all protocol. Vico froze. I pointed with my barrel. "Tripwire, left, 3 feet." Vico's eyes went wide. He hadn't seen it. I had. The distraction, had just saved his life, and Nico's. We were in a fatal funnel. "Boss," Vico growled, his gun now out. "Back to the elevator. Sera, you're on." "Negative," I cut in, my FBI Wraith training taking over. "The elevator's a death trap. They'll be waiting. Stairwell, exit C, is 40 yards past that door. It's the only way out." Nico didn't hesitate. He didn't look at Vico for confirmation. He looked at me. "Lead," he commanded. This was my moment of betrayal. My FBI training, my real skills were on display. I was using my agent knowledge to save the target. I moved. I dropped to my stomach, slithering under the laser, my dress hiking up my thigh, the cold metal of my sidearm pressing against my skin. "Clear?" I whispered, rising on the other side. "Sir, you're next. Slide on your back. Vico, you're high." I was giving them orders. Nico followed, his movements fluid, trusting me. Vico came last, his face a mask of thunder, furious that I was right. We ran. We hit the stairwell and heard the thud of the garage door opening. The Rinaldi welcoming committee was here. We had escaped by seconds. As we piled into the armored car, Nico's hand landed on my shoulder. "Good work, Sera." Vico just stared at me from the front seat, his expression unreadable. I had just saved them. I had just proven my loyalty beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I had just committed the greatest betrayal of my career. I had chosen my target over my mission. The suspense was killing me. Who was I really protecting? The penthouse was on lockdown. This was our pacing and humanity act, the quiet before the next inevitable storm. After the failed attack, the tension in the air was thick enough to cut. Vico was gone, running the cleanup crew, which I knew meant making the Rinaldi soldiers disappear. That left just me and him, alone in his glass fortress, 20 floors above the city. For hours, he was a ghost. He was in his office, the door closed, his voice a low, angry rumble on the phone. I did my job. I stood outside his door, a loyal statue, while my mind was racing. I have to report this. I have to tell Thorne. But I couldn't. Not yet. He finally emerged, long after midnight. He wasn't the Don. He was just Nico. His tie was off, his collar was open, and he looked exhausted. He looked human. He walked straight to the bar, pouring 2 glasses of something dark and expensive. He walked over to me, still standing at my post. He held 1 glass out. I shook my head. "I'm on duty, sir." "You just saved my life, Sera," he said, his voice quiet, no longer a command. "You're not on duty. You're here. Drink with me." This was the unthinkable suspense. My training screamed, "Don't! It's a test!" But my gut was telling me it wasn't. I slowly, deliberately took the glass. Our fingers brushed. That same stupid electric jolt. He walked over to the massive floor-to-ceiling window, looking out at the city lights. I followed, a few feet behind, like a true shadow. "They're getting sloppy," he said, more to himself than to me. "Or I am." He looked at me, his reflection pale in the glass. "You see everything, don't you, Sera? Vico sees men. You see the wires. You see the details." "It's my job," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "Is it?" he asked. He turned, his blue eyes searching mine. "Or is it just who you are?" He was standing so close. I could smell the whiskey on his breath, the clean, steel scent of him. This was my unspoken love moment. This was the moment I could have leaned in. This was the moment I could have ended my career. This was the moment I should have used to get closer, to get the intel. Instead, I did nothing. I just stood there, my heart a traitor in my chest. And in that quiet, shared, dangerous silence, the real me was screaming. The calm was a fleeting, poisonous luxury. The next morning, I was in my own, smaller apartment in the penthouse, my bodyguard quarters. I was staring at a burner phone, the one that connected me to my real boss, Agent Thorne. It had been silent for 72 hours. My failure to report the Rinaldi attack was a massive breach of my own protocol. I was in deep, deep trouble, on both sides. The phone finally buzzed. I answered it, my heart a cold stone. "Wraith," I said, my voice flat. "You're sloppy, Agent." Thorne's voice was a cold, sharp hiss, mocking the very word Nico had used. He knew. "You're enjoying the decor, enjoying the company, and you forgot your job. You were compromised. You engaged a hostile target, and you did not report." "The situation was fluid," I said, my voice tight. "My cover was at risk. I acted to protect the integrity of the—" "You protected the target," he roared, and I flinched. You saved his life. You are not his guardian angel, Agent Rossi. You are his executioner. You have one job: find the ledger, and you are failing. I'm closer than ever, I growled, the lie tasting like ash. He trusts me. He trusts you? Thorne laughed, a dry, cruel sound. Good. Then you'll have no problem planting this. He sent a file to my phone, a piece of malware. It's a tracker and a keylogger. Get it on his main server, his private one, the one in his office. You have 24 hours, or I will personally burn your cover, leak your real name to the Rinaldis, and let them solve my Nico Volkov problem for me. The line went dead. It wasn't a bullet, it was a vice. Thorne was right. I was compromised. But not by my failure, by my feelings. And now, I had to make an impossible choice. Betray Nico, plant the tracker, and destroy him. Or betray my oath, my career, and my life, and let Agent Thorne destroy me. I had less than 24 hours to get into Nico's office. A room that Vico personally secured. A room I had never been allowed to enter. I was trapped. I was a ghost for the rest of the day, my mind racing, the malware on my burner phone feeling like a ticking bomb. I was running drills in the gym, punching the heavy bag until my knuckles were raw, trying to channel my panic into rage. Nico found me there. He didn't say anything. He just watched. He was in his full Don mode, a crisp white shirt and black slacks, his hair perfectly in place. He looked like a king observing a street fight. You're going to break your hands, he finally said, his voice quiet. I'm fine, I panted, not looking at him. No, he said. He stepped forward, catching the bag. You're not. You've been vibrating all day. You're terrified. He stepped in front of me, his body blocking the bag, forcing me to stop. After the garage, I thought you were fearless. But today, he looked at me, his cold, blue eyes searching mine, not as a boss, but as a man. Talk to me, Sera. Is it Vico? Is he giving you trouble? No, I said, my voice too sharp. Is it the Rinaldis? No. Then what? He pressed, his voice softening, a sound so rare it stopped my breath. He reached out, his hand hesitating, and then he did the one thing I was not prepared for. He gently, with his thumb, wiped a bead of sweat from my temple. It was an act of kindness, an act of intimacy that shattered my defenses. The vulnerable hero wasn't just me. It was him. He was letting his guard down. He was caring about me. I'm just tired, I whispered, and it was the truest thing I'd said in years. I know, he said, his hand still on my face. I know. You saved my life, Sera. You see the wires. You see me. And in that moment, I saw him. Not the Don, not the target, just Nico. A 28-year-old man with the weight of an empire on his shoulders who was just as alone as I was. He was leaning in. He was going to kiss me. This was the moment. The unspoken love was about to be spoken. This was the moment I could get him to trust me. The moment I could ask him to let me into his office. The moment I could betray him completely. What do you think Sera should do? Betray him now or pull away? Let me know in the comments. I couldn't do it. I pulled away. "Sir," I said, my voice turning back to ice. "We shouldn't." His face shuddered. The dawn was back. He dropped his hand, his eyes turning cold. "You're right, bodyguard," he said, the word now an insult. "Get yourself cleaned up. We're going out. The Rinaldis wanted a war. I'm going to give them one." This was it. My 24-hour window was closing, and I had just blown my chance. I had to plant the malware. It was my life or his. The shatter point came hours later. We were at one of his clubs, a fortress of steel and noise. He was meeting with his capos, a war council. I was at my post, by the door, my heart hammering. But I had a plan. I had a small, duplicate device. I would accidentally bump into Vico, plant it on him, and use his credentials to get the malware on the server remotely, a betrayal of both of them. I was moving through the crowd when the music stopped. Just cut. The silence was deafening. And then, a new voice, over the club's speakers. "Sera," it said. A cold, sharp, digital voice. "Sera? Or should I say, Agent Rossi?" I froze. Every head in the room turned to me. Vico's, Nico's. "No," I whispered. "I gave you 24 hours, Agent." Agent Thorne's voice echoed through the club. He had been listening to my earpiece the entire time. He had heard the gym. He had heard my failure, and he was enacting his revenge. "You chose poorly." On the massive TV screens above the bar, my face appeared, my official FBI headshot, my badge, my file. Seraphina Wraith Rossi, 2 years undercover. Your mission, Nico Volkov. This was the team Betrayal. My team, my own agency. Thorne was burning me. He was feeding me to the wolves. I looked at Vico. His face was a mask of pure, vindicated hate. "I knew it," he growled, his gun already in his hand. And then, I looked at Nico. He wasn't moving. He was just staring at me. His face was perfectly, terrifyingly, impossibly calm. The dawn was gone. The man from the gym was gone. In his eyes, I didn't see rage. I saw something 1,000 times worse. I saw nothing. I saw the man I had just, finally, broken. And as Vico's gun leveled at my chest, I knew my tragedy was just beginning. The world stopped. The music was gone. The lights were up. I was in the center of the room, my cover, my life, myself, all annihilated in a single cruel broadcast. Vico's gun was steady, aimed at my heart. His face was a mask of cold, satisfied rage. "I knew it," he growled again, his voice dangerously low. "Boss, give the order." I looked at Nico. He was the epicenter of the silence. He was still standing by the bar, not moving a muscle. He wasn't looking at Vico. He wasn't looking at his men, who now had their own weapons trained on me. He was looking only at me, and his eyes. The cold, blue, beautiful eyes I had come to. Love or dead? They were pits of ash. The dawn was gone. The man from the gym was gone. I had not just broken him, I had erased him. "Nico," I whispered, my voice breaking. I didn't raise my hands. I didn't reach for my weapon. My training was screaming at me to fight, to run, to take a hostage. But the woman, the real me, just stood there, my heart naked and bleeding. Nico, please. Shut up, traitor, Vico spat. Boss? Nico just held my gaze, and a single, silent tear, a drop of pure, agonizing betrayal, welled in his eye and tracked a path down his stone-cold face. He had let me in. The young Dawn, who trusted no one, had trusted me, and I had put the knife in his back. That's when the second shatter point hit. The villain networks were converging. Thorne hadn't just burned me, he had signaled the attack. The massive Misav reinforced doors of the club exploded, inward. Not feds. The Rinaldi soldiers. They poured in, a dozen of them, clad in black, their automatic weapons opening up. Chaos erupted. My dark night had begun. I was in a three-way war zone. Vico, who wanted me dead. The Rinaldis, who wanted Nico dead. And Agent Thorne, who wanted all of us dead. I was an agent with no agency. A bodyguard with no one to trust. I was completely, utterly alone, in a room full of men trying to kill each other. The Rinaldi attack was brutal and fast. They had used Thorne's betrayal as their flashbang. Vico, to his credit, was a professional. The second the doors blew, his gun snapped from me to the new threat. Boss, get down, he roared, firing, providing cover. The cast squeezed into action. Nico's men, caught between their loyalty and their new profound distrust of me, were now in a full-blown firefight. I ran, but not away. I ran toward the chaos. My training, the years of Wraith programming, took over. I dove behind an overturned marble table, pulling my own weapon. A Rinaldi soldier was flanking Vico, his gun raised. Vico was pinned. He didn't see him. I did. Thwack, thwack. I fired 2 perfect shots, dropping the man. Vico whipped his head around, his eyes wide with stunned confusion. I had just saved his life. Sera! On your 6! It was Nico's voice. A Rinaldi soldier was coming over the bar, right at me. Before I could even turn, Nico fired, dropping him. Our eyes met across the smoking room. The betrayal was still there. But in that second, we were partners. We were the 2 best fighters in the room. Stairwell! He roared. It was the only way. Cover me! Move! I yelled back. He ran. I laid down a perfect 3-shot covering fire, forcing the remaining Rinaldis to duck. Then I ran. We met at the stairwell door, back to back, the way we should have been all along. We were a whirlwind of lethal, practiced motion. We cleared the stairwell together, a perfect, deadly duet, taking down the 2 guards waiting there. We burst out into the alley, and right into the tactical lights of a dozen FBI agents. Agent Thorne stood in the middle, his arms crossed, a smug, satisfied look on his face. Excellent work, Agent Rossi, he said, his voice dripping with sarcasm. You managed to gather all the rats in one place for me, the Rinaldis, the Volkovs, and you. You're all just criminals, and I'm here to take out the trash. He had played us all. He'd used the Rinaldis to wound Nico, and he was here to finish the job. We were trapped. Nico was out of ammo. My clip was nearly empty. Vico was upstairs, fighting for his life. It was just us. Thorne, you bastard! I yelled, my gun still trained on him. You burned me! You burned your own agent! You were a compromised asset, Agent, Thorne said, shrugging, his own gun now in his hand. You fell for the target. It's a rookie mistake, and it's one you won't get to make again. He raised his gun, not at me, but at Nico. But first, the grand prize, Thorne's real mission. He was going to execute Nico Volkov, and he was going to pin it on me, the traitorous bodyguard, and the Rinaldis. He was going to be a hero. No, I whispered. I saw the flecks of Thorne's finger. I saw the cold, murderous intent in his eyes. I looked at Nico. He wasn't looking at Thorne. He was looking at me. His face was unreadable. He was waiting for the end. And in that final, unthinkable moment, I knew what to do. My love for him, it was real. And my training was to protect the person I was assigned to. I was real. Nico, I whispered, a confession. Thorne fired. I moved. I did the one thing he never trained me for. The one thing Nico never would have allowed. I stopped being a Wraith. I stopped being an agent. I was just his. I did the one thing a bodyguard is never supposed to do, but the one thing a lover is. I stepped in front of him. The bullets, 3 of them, slammed into my chest. The force of it was a physical, crushing blow, throwing me back into Nico's arms. The sound was deafening, and then nothing. Just a high-pitched whine. I looked down. So much red. Sera! Nico's voice, not a shout, but a roar of pure, unadulterated agony. He caught me as I fell, lowering us both to the grimy alley floor, his hand pressing against my chest, trying to hold my life in. No, Sera, why? He was whispering, his dawn facade completely shattered. He was just Nico, a 28-year-old man, and he was broken. I touched his face, my fingers smearing blood on his cheek. My job. I coughed, the taste of copper filling my mouth. My job was to protect you. Sera, no. Stay with me. Stay. I'm sorry, I whispered. And as my eyes went dark, the last thing I saw was his face. His beautiful, broken face. And the last thing I felt was his tear landing on my cheek. My tragedy was that I had finally, in my last moment, told the truth. What was your favorite part of Sera and Nico's story? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.